Hi, my name is Annabelle. Welcome to the channel. I want to talk about anti-consumerism and things that I am not going to buy. I am very excited to talk about this topic. I'm a long-time viewer of a YouTuber here named Kimberly Clark. She just posted a new video about how to stop shopping. She is the mother of the anti-haul. I thought I'd try to, participate in it years later. Shopping, unfortunately, brings me comfort like it does many, many Americans. So for 2024, I've developed a no-buy list of just some basic things. Let's get into it. First thing, yarn. I'm an avid knitter and crocheter. At least I used to be. I'm pretty out of practice. People laugh when I say that, but it's true. You gotta practice or else you get worse. Over the years, I've collected a lot of yarn. So every time I try to get back into it, I buy more yarn. So I have too big of a collection, pretty much. And so I'm gonna pick up projects this year that revolve around the yarn I have rather than me buying yarn for projects that I want to do. I feel like it'll teach me really good discipline in my artistic practice generally, but also it will help me with my consumerist urges. Second thing, gonna seem a little controversial, I think, but books! I have so many freaking books. I have so many books. Last year, before the new year, I had this plan to read so much. Didn't do it, but I bought so many freaking books. I actually have the book haul up on this channel. I guess I'll do the little card right there. I have too many and I haven't read them. And plus my fiance, plus my wife is an avid reader. And so we have over 100 books in this freaking house. I would like to apologize to my beautiful wife, for she has made it clear to me that we have far surpassed 100 books in our household. Clearly we have much more than 100 books. She's guessing around 300. That sounds right. I'm unsure though. But also, I love the library. I love a concept of a library, but because I've been kind of lacking in my reading, I haven't checked out books really, except for on Libby with the Brooklyn Public Library. I really like doing that. If you're in New York City, the Brooklyn Public Library uses Libby. Ever since the lockdown for a specific global catastrophe, some call the panini, I have been more I guess the word is unwilling to sort of put myself in the library to do work. It's just a matter of habit at this point, but I should go back to do more work. It was really great. I really, really enjoyed doing it, and I need to get back in there. I need to get back in there and do my gosh darn things. I believe libraries can save the world. Libraries beyond books. Someone made a really great video about clothing libraries. I think libraries should contain every single thing that you can possibly think of. Also, I am concerned about how the productions of books are being done due to BookTok. I am not a TikTok hater. I love TikTok, but I did read that article that really blew up about how the hyper-consumerism of BookTok specifically has led to publishing sort of acting like fast fashion. I have seen some pushback from book lovers, book talkers, and booktubers about that point. I don't necessarily agree with them. I actually agree a lot with the article, and I can see where the perspective of the article is coming from and it being true. I promise I will read more this year, but I'm going to chill with the books. I'm going to chill with buying the books. The other group of thing I'm not going to buy is organizational products. So things to organize my life. I am not talking about stationery. You can never stop me from buying a lovely little pen every once in a while. I'm sorry. I can't not do it. But I'm talking about desk organizers and stuff. First of all, I have a lot of it already. My favorite being This travel pencil case, this is a fave. I need to use this more since I'm trying to write more in like notebooks and stuff. But yeah, I already have plenty of things like this. Problem is that I don't utilize them to their full potential. And I think the reason is because I have ADHD. I was recently diagnosed like February of last year, so later in life. But when I was diagnosed, I sort of like put off like, you know, actual like everyday practices to fixing my ADHD and just sort of relied on medication therapy. The reason why I think I put off like developing habits for accommodating an actual like neurological disorder is because it made me super freaking anxious for some reason. I don't know why. I would try to watch a video about like ADHD hacks, ADHD tips, and I would start to feel my chest like bump a lot, and I would start to kind of like freak out. So I stopped. But lately I've actually been getting into it and learning more habits and implementing them into my everyday life, and they've been really helpful. I really like doing that, and I did learn something about organization. I'm an incredibly messy person, so I learned that people with ADHD don't have a great sense of object permanence. I absolutely can see how that is 1,000% true. If it's not in my face, if I can't see it directly, it's like it's almost not there and I forget all about it. So that's why I kind of have things all over my apartment. If you saw my living room right now, you would scream because it's very messy. It's because it's like filled with like my things that I have to organize. But I have been like leaving things out so I can see them directly, which has been helpful for me and utilizing my things. It is not helpful for my space and maintaining a clean space, so I still have to navigate how to do that in particular. And the thing is, if I have an organizational container, I can't see it directly, or like I see a wall, you know? Even like an acrylic holder where you can see through it. For some reason, there's like, it's just too much effort for me. I know that sounds so freaking lazy, and it's because it is, but also ADHD is considered a disability. It is considered a neurological disorder, and I do have it. I've been better about it lately because I've started implementing these like good habits for people with ADHD. I'm still not quite there. I don't think more organizational things will help me in the long run. I think I have to find other strategies in order to accommodate myself more. So because of that, I think it's going to be insanely unhelpful if I buy more things to try to organize my life as I'm trying to get myself together and get myself to accommodate myself and my recently diagnosed neurological thing I got going on. But I don't think people understand that ADHD is like not just beyond like not being able to keep your attention because you have TikTok or whatever. It's like an actual like different wiring of your brain. Third thing I'm not going to buy this year. Notebooks. I have an insane amount of notebooks, and I can't have any more. I just sort of bought them casually, and it's because I don't know. Something about a nice notebook is so appealing to me. I used to journal a lot with like my handwriting. Really do prefer typing, but something about like your motion of your hand, especially if you write in pen, the fact that everything is sort of permanent when you write it out, so you have to be really diligent and careful about what you write. It's very helpful generally for maintaining like memory and really considering what you're putting down. It's any aspect of language, like you think about what you say out loud and you think about what you write, especially if you write in pen, because there's not really a delete button. You just got to scribble it out. With typing, you can just sort of backspace, and then it's gone. It's disappeared. And so that's really helpful for me. So I'm still going to type my little heart out, but I do want to write more hand-wise this year to really emphasize that practice, because I do ultimately think it's good. I have a bunch of blank notebooks. I don't need any more. I'm just going to use what I have if I run out of notebook space. And I already started doing that. I have this old freaking journal I've been working on for It's actually now been 5 years because I do date these, and my first entry was January 7th. I have never finished it. I did have one prior to it, and it was like the first journal I did. Yeah, I just gotta work on this. I gotta fill it out. I was thinking about throwing it out because I was like scared to look into my past, but I also wrote that that's not really relevant. As long as I move forward, I shouldn't be afraid to look back every once in a while. Another excuse I made for myself to like throw it out or not use it anymore and like use a new notebook is that the ribbon in the back, like the stretchy one to close the notebook, was broken. And so I was just like, I'm just gonna freaking make my own. So I did that. I made like a weird clasp. It's not the prettiest looking thing, but I like it. So, and it lays flat. It won't interrupt my space too much. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this notebook. And then one of the blank notebooks that I bought last year, I turned into a planner. I cut out like tabs on it, and I'm gonna try the planner thing again. This is going to be my last test planner to see if planners work for me. I can't tell you how many freaking planners I've bought over the years that I just never use. It's a waste of paper. It's heartbreaking. I feel really bad for the planner and the trees. I'm going to finish these bad boys eventually. I hope to finish this one this year, but I will work on this planner. All right, so last thing I'm going to talk about that I'm going to try not to buy is art supplies. I talked about this a little bit during my last video, but I did recently go through a manic episode. I am bipolar, and I was recovering for a long time. The manic episode lasted a very, very long time. During my recovery, it was really hard, but I really, really feel like I've stabilized a lot. And because of my stabilization, I am more ready to do really great things that I used to do, specifically like indulge in my artistic practice. In college, I did it, and I did it because I was in a lot of art classes. And I stopped when I graduated college because life sort of happened and I didn't think much of it. I was just like, I'm a big kid, you know, I can't do arts and crafts anymore. I gotta, you know, grow up and do my thing and enter the film industry. The film industry is a lot more monotonous and a lot less creative than you would think. And so I just sort of threw myself in that and did what had to be done in that regard. All that being said, I lost myself when it came to practicing art. So I haven't done it much in a few years, but lately, since I've stabilized and since I've gotten to a better place than I was even prior to my manic episode, I've been doing art just like randomly. I have a bunch of projects going on, and I don't see myself dropping them, honestly, because I've actually established plans and timelines for when I have to finish things, which is very, very unlike me. So I have a lot of hope that I'm going to do a lot of it. That being said, I do have a habit of dropping things like any artist does. So in order to avoid that from happening, I'm going to not buy art supplies unless they're things that I really, really need that I can't like make, like a medium or a paint or something. But I am going to do my best to utilize what I have. I have a goal of making a tremendous amount of art this year. I think I will fulfill it. I'm working on different projects every day while still like living my life. I'm not consumed by it. I do think I have a healthy relationship to my artistic practice right now. But also, since I've stabilized and got back into art, I have collected so many supplies that are, like I said, cluttering my living room. So this is my plan to reduce, and I'm also going to reuse things that I've collected for art, like packing material, wire hangers. I have a ton of wire hangers because I have a bunch of really good ideas for them. Hopefully they work. One is not going to work, which is unfortunate, so I have to find another way to do this like one art project I have in my head. And I was trying to do it with material that I already had, but it's not gonna work, so I gotta figure that out. I might buy something for that in particular, but other than that, I am going to try my darndest to not buy art supplies. Okay, so I'm gonna end this right here. hopefully I will not succumb to my consumerist urges. I am a human. I am a person. I am American. You know, I live in a society, so it's going to be difficult, but I'm going to do my best. Thanks for watching. I have a goal for 2 videos a month. Hopefully I fulfill it. I think I might. Yeah, and it might be random stuff. I'm not gonna really have like a theme. I know that's not good for the algorithm, but you know, I'm a man of many interests. All right, well, peace out. Have a good day. Bye.